Hey,
Hey there.
hi everyone. How's it going?
How goes it?
Kyle won. He wanted me to throw a little twerk for you, so here it comes, Kyle. There it is. There's the twerk. Welcome to the Week 15 League Managers Note. I didn't tell Joel about that, so.
No, I wasn't ready. I have something for you. You're not ready for.
Oh, you have something for. Oh no. Oh no.
Just bust this out casually. You know,
Oh,
the week that we
Anthony
hit
Towns.
10 wins.
That's a nice one.
Oh,
That is
thanks.
a nice one. As always, I'm your commish, Mr. Modest. There's my signature. You guys like?
This is my signature.
I'm joined today by Joel Gibson, the champ, the reigning champ. Reached 10 wins today, so pretty exciting day.
Woo!
What I'd like to do is I'm going to break up this format a little bit. I want to do this week's results first, and
Okay.
then we're going to talk about next 3 seasons from now, just to give some reminders, and then we're going to do rankings, and then we're going to move on and do next week's matchup. So a little bit of switch up. We're adding some variety. But for those of you that skip and would like to just conveniently find them, that's the order we're going to go in. The first thing we're
Nice.
going to start off with is Joel beating Simmons.
Fuck off, Simmons. We split the series.
Y-
We split the Simmons.
They split their series. Joel moves to 10-4. Simmons moves to 3-11. So good win for Joel. We all knew that was going to happen. Took a big loss for Lonzo.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Yeah, I might get more into that in my pick for next week. Next one, we've got Neiman. Neiman lost to Steven 8-3-1. 8-2-1, sorry. Can't count.
Saw that coming too.
Yeah, I saw that coming too.
No
Neiman
LeBron.
Neiman didn't have LeBron still. I don't think that Neiman or I are going to make the playoffs. So,
Wah, wah, wah.
getting into that, I lost Eric this week at, 911. I had to call 911, and it's only because Greek didn't give me a triple-double, or didn't give Eric a triple-double against me.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. I'm just ready for next year. That's all I can say at this point.
For sure.
Next one, we've got Kyle, who I just danced for earlier in the program you saw. He beat CJ. About halfway through the week, Kyle came to me. He was down a little bit against CJ, and if CJ had remained healthy and not just got screwed this weekend with injuries, he likely would have won. I made a bet to Kyle earlier in the week that I would dance on the league manager's note if he won, and somehow enough people sat for CJ that made that happen.
I gotta say, so I was talking to CJ a little bit about it, and he knew he was in a rough spot today. And he told me something kind of crazy.
Oh, jeez, what did he say?
All right, so he was like, I don't know, maybe I can like sit someone. I don't know. And he's like, I experimented. I sat someone. Immediately, Kyle pulled his guys. He was like, and then I put people in, and Kyle immediately followed suit. And I thought Kyle's just got him in like a. I pictured Kyle like a dog.
He's
that
just
had
following him, just waiting.
lockjaw.
You weren't on the message earlier. There was a little complaint from Kyle because he had to confirm his roster at 6 o'clock for most of his players,
Oh man.
where CJ didn't have to confirm till 7. So Kyle forgot that it was for the first game on each team that you can reset.
Because we changed that.
Right, exactly. Yep. So Kyle still won.
He
Didn't
became
matter.
a little less vicious in my mind.
Yeah, Kyle won. He has
still won
the
now.
longest win streak in the league now at 7. He's
Impressive.
putting on an Adam-like streak. Like, we're almost up there where we can say that, the 2 longest streaks.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Neither are, I don't think either are 2 of the best teams.
Oh, maybe
Boom.
not. CJ's at 7-7, a flat 500 record. So, hey, it's good enough for 8th place.
Yeah.
Doug lost to Cody. I'm not surprised. Doug's 0-14. Cody's 9-5. Cody lost Capella for some time this week. It's interesting. Some teams are taking on some injuries, and they're going to come to play each other pretty darn soon. And it's going to count. These last few games are going to count. I'm telling you right now, we're super excited about them.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Last one we'll talk about here is Matt, your number 1 seed, winning, beating Adam. Congratulations to Matt. I really don't have much to say. His team went out there and gave it to Adam.
Yeah, the 1 seed was available for him, and he went out and he took it.
Yeah. But don't worry, Adam brought in Ariza, so everything is going to be solved, and Adam's going to be moving forward in a way better format than a second-round pick, where he could use possibly in the future. So we'll see how that trade goes long term.
Great.
Yeah, shout out to Matt, who is the number 1 seed now. The dark horse has risen. He's been
shut
on
the
this.
fuck up. Don't say that.
I know, but
Don't give him this
I
satisfaction.
have to give him his props. He did it. He got there.
Sure.
And even if it's going to be 1 week, we at the league like to recognize that there are number 1 seeds, and they do well when they get up there. It's worth it. I want that to be a, hold some esteem. You know what I mean?
Well done.
Outside of that, Joel's at second. There's actually a 3-way tie. We'll just do the rankings real quick.
Oh, shit. Are we foregoing the format?
Oh, okay. Maybe not. All right. We're going to make you wait on those ratings. We're going to make you wait. What I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I just want to make extremely clear, a lot of times everybody gets confused because I call myself like the 2019-2020 champ. So I want this to be very, very clear moving forward.
He's not going to win now or then. First off.
That's a good one, but not on point. I want to talk about our next step in moving on in this league. We've all been really excited about the thought of like rebranding or at least revaluing these other players, and some players have some crazy value. But we want to even that out a little bit more, and we want to make every decision impactful for years to come and not let any resets happen. So with that in mind, in the year 22-23 season, I'll count it out for you. 2019 to 2020 is next year. 2020 to 22.
The year after?
No. Here we go. 1920.
1.
20, 21.
2.
21, 22.
3.
Those 3 seasons, after those seasons, we are then going to move to the all dynasty format. That means in the year for the season, the NBA season 22-23, that's the year we're going to go to full dynasty. We're redrafting all of these players. They're going to get some sort of value system. I haven't decided. It'll probably still be similar to the dollar amounts that we're doing now. But another place we can expand potentially is the contracts area, where we could just basically add a bunch of zeros to what we're doing now. And that can all be run by ESPN. Just saying.
Nice.
It's a thought. I'm more than willing to have these single-digit draft numbers. They're just easier to work with, and all the contracts really do are just add zeros to the numbers that they have. So that can be up for debate, but I am very excited about moving the dynasty. And I hope this is no one in the league, we would like you to come and talk to us if you're potentially thinking of leaving in the next 3 years. I know that's really sad to talk about. I don't want to lose any of you guys, or if 2 of you guys want to potentially co-own a team or something like that. It is going to be a little bit more what do I want to say, more time consuming. So we would totally be open to more than one scenario. There are other players that want to get in if we want to.
We have a waiting list.
We do have a waiting list, but also understand that I don't want to lose anybody first and foremost. I would like to keep all of you 100%. I love each of you. Like, it's nice to have the same 12 core guys. Just before the end of that keeper format, or even in the last season, we can have some sort of inaugural season, or if, whatever you want to do. I want to make it comfortable for you over the next 3 years. And I hope that you all make the decision to stay. But it's going to be really interesting. We're probably going to be cash-based. Once we enter that dynasty format, it'll be run completely like you have your own team, period. There will be a rookie draft at the end of each year, and everybody gets to draft the rookies in. That'll be based on record or, other things.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. There's potential that we could do, like, as deep as a G League roster. I was telling Joel about it. It was just something funny that came to me, but it's definitely not something I'd want to do right away. It's just there's so much more you can do from a dynasty standpoint, where each team is its own team, and you're making these decisions based on owning an entire organization. Trades seem to even out, but you also have to have players that take it as seriously as it needs to be taken.
Yeah.
Otherwise, teams just get lopsided, and
yeah,
you never know.
Exactly.
You want to say anything about that?
I think it's going to be really fun. You guys have 3 years to knock me off my throne. Good luck. At that point, it's a whole new ball game. You have 3 years with 3 keepers.
Yeah.
3 fucking
and that's why
chances.
we decided as well. So, like, you'll be able to keep your player for all 3 years. This year will be your first year keeping him. You can then keep him the 2 more times and use him in that last season. So we felt that was a fair way to kind of get everyone out, because our first round of keepers are now coming due. Like AD at the beginning of the season, Cat, like that first round, Greek of big keepers that were involved are actually coming due. So we figure we give you 1 more term at this, and then we will move into that dynasty, which will be extremely, extremely fun. I'm really excited, looking forward at that. But in the meantime, and in the next 3 years, I plan to win as many championships as I can. I'm hoping next year is going to be a good year.
Well, you hope away. You better pray. You better call someone. I don't know.
All right, so we'll do the rankings real quick, and then we'll get into matchups for next week, and we can wrap this thing up. At first place, or in first place, as the number 1 seed, like I said, it's Matt Hobart, Joel, and Adam at the bottom. They're all at 10-5, which is a really nice record.
Absolutely, very solid. We were talking about the tiebreakers and for the record, or for the divisions. Matt has done extremely well.
Yeah, Matt's divisional record is 7-1. Joel's is 6-2, and Adam's is 5-3. So Matt Hobart is out there in first place. He's out there next, not this coming week, but the following week. I know he plays Joel, which could determine a top 3 kind of rotation. That's a huge matchup that we're looking forward to here in about 2 weeks. Next, we have a 4-way tie for 4th, and that is Cody, Steven, Kyle, and Eric.
I didn't write down what order that was.
And they have 9-6. As I recall, I think Cody is still the highest in divisional. I'm not sure, but
fact checking.
What I do know is those top 3, or 3 of the 4, are from the West, and that's all the higher we are, is in that three-way tie. Cody, Steven, Kyle, and then Eric is how it goes.
Eric all the way down to 7.
Yeah, Eric has been nose bombing a little bit, but I believe in you. You beat me, man. On to higher things now. And then CJ's at 7-7. He is the number 8 team. Neiman and I are both at 4-10, and Simmons is at 3-11, and Doug is at 0-14. We may see it. We may see a winless season.
Do you believe in miracles?
Do you believe in miracles? I don't know. We may see the only winless season
in league history.
In league history.
We will talk about this for years to come.
For years to come, Doug. So keep it up, my friend. Keep losing.
The all-time greatest tanking season.
We will certainly nominate you for that. Moving on, we've got next week's matchups.
Yeah.
A couple really good ones. We'll start off with the champs matchup at home versus Cody. Now, Cody doesn't have Capella. Joel doesn't have Lonzo.
Cousins is back.
Cousins is back, and they're not going to sit him in back-to-backs if what Kerr said earlier today is true.
Sure. I activated Torian Prince, you know.
Yep, he's getting healthy. I'm going to go with Joel here. I think this is such a huge game for both of these teams. Joel needs this, and he needs to be able to win next week against Matt, because Matt kind of has a cupcake schedule to finish out. So Hobert right now is in a good spot. Speaking of Hobert, we'll just do his matchup. He's away at Simmons. He's going to beat Simmons. That's it. That's all. Matt's gonna win. And if Joel loses, it's significantly gonna hurt. It's significantly gonna hurt his chances at that number 1 spot.
It doesn't come back around for me. This is my shot.
This is it. Here it comes.
By the way, I am picking myself to beat Cody. Cody, I love you, but fuck you.
Yep.
It's my time.
Yep. I'm picking Joel.
I'm also picking Matt.
Yeah.
Bye, Simmons.
Bye, Simmons.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah, next year where you and I will do battle in the first 5 rounds. I hope you have dreams about it this summer. I hope.
I'll battle you in the championship if you don't make it.
Next matchup, we've got Adam, and he's playing away at Doug. Adam's also going to win. So there's not a lot of room for the champ over here if he wants that 1 seed, and that's a continued theme. Kyle, he's going to win. He's playing Neiman at Neiman.
Yeah.
Maybe if LeBron comes back, it gets interesting. I doubt it, though. Kyle has been rolling. Longest win streak in the league right now at 7. Almost pulling an Adams streak.
Yeah, he's going to hit 8.
Yep. I pick Kyle here, obviously. Yep. Next, we've got Steven at me. I'm going to pick Steven. He's going to win. So a lot of the higher ranking teams are playing cupcakes this week and are going to win. Last matchup, and a fairly compelling matchup in my opinion, is CJ at Eric. Eric could continue and get back to his winning ways. He's been slumping here a little bit.
The 7 and the 8 right now.
Yeah, and CJ is, well, he's been taking some injuries. Today kind of hurt him not having players to play.
Westbrook did not give him the triple-double last week, but this will be his first full week with him.
Yeah, so shout out to CJ. I guess that is a big point that we can make here, that Gobert, he was one that had to be traded this year. Simmons using Westbrook to get Gobert, build that big man team with Embiid and Zinger maybe, who knows.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe CJ considers this week a win anyway.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Um.
I'm going to take Eric at home.
Yeah, I think CJ's just a little bit too banged up right now.
Yep. That's the only reason why, because he has the TD advantage here. He likely could get one, forcing Greek to get one. or he could get 2. But my problem is he's just a little too banged up to go after Eric right now. Blake has been hot.
Yeah. My thought for CJ though is he's fairly locked into that 8 seed. He should just be looking at who he wants to be the 1 seed.
Yeah, I agree.
If I were him, I feel like I'm just being a dick if I say.
Okay, all right. He's gonna leave you hanging. He had a hot take and took it away from you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it to you. I think if I were him, I would be hoping it's Adam.
You want Adam?
If I were CJ, I would be hoping
You think in
for
any
Adam.
of those 3
If
teams, you, Matt, and Adam, and I had to play one of you 3, who's it gonna be? Gosh, I might take Adam too. He's been cooler.
He's cooling down. He had the hot start. I have the, history behind me.
Right. Matt Hobert has been on fire.
Yeah. I would be hoping for Adam.
OPJ has been on fire, just saying.
He'll cool down. No biggie.
Anyway, we've totally rambled for way too long in this video, but we wanted to get to everything. And we wanted one that we could reference and go back and say, yeah, we announced for sure the Dynasty was happening. If anybody has any questions or whatever, wants to know more about it, let me know. We have 3 years. I'm hoping that ESPN just has a better formatting system in 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that would be super great.
It
But
seems like fantasy basketball is becoming more and more popular, so I really wouldn't be surprised.
I know. I think their interface could improve over the next 3 years. And that would be great because I would love to do the Dynasty just strictly from ESPN. But these last 3 years we're going to do from ESPN. It's what everybody knows and loves.
Believes and trusts.
That's it. Congratulations to everybody that won this week.
Yeah, congratulations to Matthew. First time ever in the 1 seed.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt. The Dark Horse Rises.
Shut the fuck. If you say that one more time, Matt,
Later,
I'm going to
guys.
beat your ass next week.